Usually, when it comes to anything related to extraterrestrials, UFOs and cows are the first things that may come to mind. Director Jordan Peele flips that connotation with the odd replacement of horses instead of cows. Previously known for his Key and Peele comedy skits on Comedy Central, Peele has rebranded himself in the movie world through horror. With his previous releases of the movies Get Out and Us, he has arguably become the new king of horror, and with this title comes a growing fan base. His new signature is horror movies with a psychological twist, something his fans can now expect when watching the trailer for his latest movie, Nope. In the trailer for Jordan Peele's Nope, Peele uses ominous scenes combined with the audience's prior knowledge of the sci-fi horror genre to evoke intense curiosity from the watchers and allow them to draw the conclusion that they should expect a movie filled with intense action and horror. So without further ado, here's why Nope is so appealing. The ominous scenes shown throughout the trailer help set intense emotions in the viewer while also giving away as little as possible. Immediately, the trailer opens with a stop-motion picture of a man riding a horse. In the background, we hear Kiki Palmer's character talking about the history of stop-motion and introducing her family's horse training business at the Hayward Ranch. A montage of what seems like daily work on the ranch with upbeat music is shown and seemingly leads the viewer to believe that there may not be much going on. Peele uses what Charlotte Jensen in the article Reduced Narration and Intensified Emotion would call the interaction between emotions and cognition, genres, and narration. She claims that the slow build-up processes in the first part of film trailers establish a causal context. The first 20 seconds of the trailer set the mood of a happy and comedic type of movie while also giving a slight background to the characters and what the movie may be about. Once again, Kiki Palmer's character takes center stage and starts to dance around the house while Daniel Kaluuya's character is gazing at the stars in the middle of the night. However, it quickly takes a turn as there is a dramatic shift when the background music starts to slow to silence and the cheerful atmosphere turns sour. This is where the ominous scenes really start to shine. Everything begins to be replaced with the devices that Peele's horror genre is known for. Unsettling music begins to fill the silence as Daniel Kaluuya's character sees what looks to be a bright UFO in the distance, and the sudden noise of his horse shrieking from being spooked by the flying object. This is also a continuation of Jensen's claim, as it is the hyper-intensive second part of the trailer and consists mostly of isolated reaction shots. The shifts between the scenes are what evoke not only a spike of fear, but it's what grabs the viewer's attention and gets them to start paying attention to the trailer. These scenes are strategically placed to frame the emotions of the trailer, in this case, fear and curiosity being the attendant emotions, and allow the viewer to understand why it's frightening. This in turn creates an immediate, intense experience. Peele uses his targeted audience's prior knowledge of the sci-fi horror genre to his advantage when piecing together scenes with almost no correlation. During my initial watch of Nope, it was clear that the movie was in the sci-fi horror genre. Within the montages of clips in any trailer, there are details that inform the viewer of the genre of the movie. In this case, Peele includes things like the UFO-shaped entity on the ranch, alien plushies, supernatural events, and intense suspenseful scenes. These details are in direct correlation to sci-fi and sci-fi horror, elements we see in movies like Mars Attacks, or, on a more intense note, Alien. These small details are also what help provide a bit of context. Peele also uses these details and scenes to vaguely tell the story of the movie instead of giving away the entirety of its plot. This activates the movie's schema and reveals the genre to the audience. Peele's strategy relates to narration and causality. This concept can be explained once again by Jensen. She claims that using schematic and generic patterns result in the viewer being able to predict the storyline, but at the same time leaves just enough to be narratively disconfirmed. To put it into more simpler terms, even though the viewer is watching the trailer for context, at the end of the day they still want to be surprised. This also correlates to Jensen's stance on film trailers. She states, "The trailer's tension manifests itself by both selling and telling a story, which implies that it both has to give and hold back." The Nope movie trailer executes this idea perfectly, as Peele gives enough information through action, dialogue, and visuals to provide a narrative and story, but at the same time holds back just enough to keep the audience intrigued. An example of trailer tension for Nope is, oddly enough, the end of it. Usually, the montage part of a trailer is followed up with an epilogue, whether it be by emphasizing the title, release date, theme, or a long scene that stresses the genre. However, it's argued that long scenes aren't needed to emphasize the genre, something that Peele proves. This is seen when silence fills the air and the title of the film are shown at the very end instead of a long, unnecessary scene. More emphasis is placed on using silence and visuals rather than dialogue, cementing the suspenseful thriller aspect of the movie. The open ended suspense of the trailer also forces the viewer to create their own inference and interpretation of what the movie will be about before they watch it. It's only then that they have a narrative closure when they see the film in its entirety. So what? Why does it matter that Jordan Peele uses all these tricks for the trailer of his newest movie? It matters because aside from bringing in money, it also allows him to expand his fan base while catering to his already established one. Peele's utilization of the film trailer formula is interesting as it has been used over and over again, but this time it ends with a slightly different result. Peele adds something new to the sci-fi horror genre by teasing his audience through a strategy of cleverly placed scenes, details, and storytelling. Well, this movie definitely isn't your cliche cows getting abducted by UFOs kind of film. It definitely adds a twist to it, much like his replacement of horses.